I bought another cube. This is the MeiLong 9x9, I believe. I think I have the box around here. Ah, yes. Look at that. And I thought today I would do a little walkthrough solve so I could show you how to solve big cubes like this 9x9 here. First thing we're gonna do is mix this guy all the way up. All right. Okay, now that it's all mixed up, we can get onto the first step, which is to solve these huge centers right here. So let's find the white side and that little design. That piece right there is never gonna move on this cube. So this is gonna be the white side. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill out this entire white side. And the way I'm gonna do that is by building lines and then sticking them in here. All right, let's get to it. This line, for example, can now go into its slot on the white edge. Okay, phew, that took a long time, but now we've got this entire white center done. Now we've only got 5 more to go. All right. That finishes off the blue side there. Okay, that's red. The good thing about these centers is that the more you get done, the faster they become. Because the hardest part is just kind of finding the correct pieces. Because a lot of this is kind of similar. You kind of know what you're doing after a certain point. But once you solve sides, there's less pieces to sift through, and it gets easier to solve. All right, on to the green side. Phew, okay, that is the green side done. So now we have 4 of these centers completed. That leaves us with 2 unsolved. Now this is where the centers get a little bit tricky because everything we're gonna do is gonna mess up stuff from the past. But if we're a little bit clever on how we push and pull the pieces, we should be able to get it done. Okay, there we go. That finishes off all of the centers. Phew. I think on these big cubes, especially this 9x9, which I'm not as familiar with, I think that is the longest and generally the most difficult part. All of that is intuitive moves, so really no algorithms involved there. Okay, next step is to get all of these edge pieces to be the same. And I like to solve it like a 3x3, so I'm gonna do this entire bottom layer. I'm gonna get all of the white edge pieces together. All right, here we go. Oh, sweet. Didn't even realize that. I've got all of these edge pieces completed. Now I'm just going to finish up this white side by putting in these last few corners. And that is the first layer of the 9x9 completed. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in all of these edge pieces right here. And that shouldn't take too long, so let's get to it. Okay, there we go. That is everything except for the last layer done on this 9x9. And believe it or not, so far I've actually only used a single algorithm, just one algorithm, the edge placing algorithm, because if you think about it, that's really all I've done so far. Besides, after I completed the centers, I just kind of placed edges in different locations and slowly built up till this point. Okay, now I'm going to take each of these top edges, I'm going to put them in the middle so I can work on completing all of them. Now, the way I'm going to do these is I'm going to push these forward to make pairs. For example, let's go right here, put these two reds, put those together, and then I can flip it with a short little algorithm and then put these two pieces back, and I will have retained some pairs. So I'm gonna go around and do that now. Alright, so I have all of these done except for these two pieces. Oops, sorry. So I have all of these done except for these two little pieces right here, which are flipped. And actually, this is a form of parity that can happen on these big cubes. So I have a big parity algorithm that I'm going to go through that should flip the places of these two pieces, and I should have all of the centers and the edges completed. All right, here we go. Aha! Okay. Now this thing is essentially a 3x3. So the fun part, I just get to cruise through and finish it all off. We'll start off with getting the white layer back. Alright, we've got the white side, and I went ahead and got all this too. Now we are on to the final layer. Alright, let's do this thing. This last bit of these big cubes is always my favorite part, just because you went through all the work to combine all the pieces together, and then finally you get the reward, which is the super clean looking cube. And here we go. This is the final algorithm. Solved this 9x9 in like 5 minutes shy of an hour. Now, obviously, I don't expect you to grasp all that knowledge. This was just a fun little walkthrough with my new biggest cube. So yeah, thank you for watching. Take care. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.